Yo. Damn, that was messed up. Yo, another hot bitch. Man, I'm trying to keep in mind. Let's do. Trying to keep in mind, really, that it's about the journey and not the destination. It's so much easier said than done. But I'm just trying to kind of keep reminding myself, because I do want, when you want a result, you have an expectation, whether you want to or not. You're doing something, you expect it to work out a certain way. When it don't, what do you do? When it work out another way than exactly how you want it to work out, what do you do? And then when that don't work, what do you do? And then what do you do? That's the thing. Like, it's all a part of the journey. It just is. And that shit is as important as it's a part of the mindset to realize that it's the journey, but knowing that you can do something. If you know you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. No matter how long it takes, you're gonna do it. You're gonna stick with it. Like patience, mindset, realizing, all that kind of is wrapped around each other, almost so similar, almost the same thing, but not quite the same thing. Yeah, it interrelates, but I don't think it's exactly the same. Gotta be about that. And, that's just what's up at the end of the day. That's what's up. Gotta really get that through our heads. Understand, it takes a little time. It may take a lot of time. Just keep pushing, keep thinking, keep having the mindset. And I'll tell you something else that's kind of something that's messing me up is when you have people with different methods, and they giving free information with the ultimate goal that you free information, ultimately hoping that they can sell you something. And Boston Market closed. Damn, weeds growing up around that bit. So they hoping that they can sell you something at the end of the day, ultimately. Ain't no denying that. Right? So they're telling it from their perspective, and they're not gonna tell you everything for free. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, some of that, I can't knock nobody for how they think or what they're doing or whatever, but some of that is a little greedy, because you're making all that YouTube, what can you say? That's the American way, right? They actually are giving you a lot of stuff for free, but they're leaving out a lot of stuff, a lot of important information. And then they saying one thing, another person saying another thing. So there's this wholesaling. Some other guy come up with a thing called reverse wholesaling. Somebody else have a thing called astral flipping. And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. So there's different ways probably to do the same thing. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but that's confusing because you got to pick. So you got 5 guys with 5 different methods. Then they all sound fairly reasonable. 5 guys, 5 girls. 5 guys and 5 girls. They all sound fairly reasonable. Some of them, I don't know. So, tell you the truth, if more people were in agreement and saying closer to the same thing, maybe I'd be able to get more footing, so you start putting out banner signs that you know, wherever, by you spending the money, you're going to spend the money on the, basically. So you're going to spend the money on the banner signs to market to the people selling houses. I buy houses, my number, blah, blah, blah. You're going to market to the buyers, to the financiers, you know, like send out a gang of letters to cash buyers, to people with the actual funding. You try to secure them first before you ever market to any seller. Before you even make a call, before you look for anything, you find your buyers. You know what I mean, your cash buyers, the ones that's gonna back you up. You find them and get them lined up first. And however long that takes is gonna determine how long you can do the other thing. It's quite confusing. So it puts me in a place as far as that thing. Good thing I got other things going. As far as that thing, I'm a little confused, and it makes you stall. Makes me stall and not make no moves. You understand what I'm saying? Because what do you do? We're talking about analysis paralysis. Not exactly. Not exactly. It's a lot of different information. So much fluff. Nobody, not nobody, but, the average person really ain't just trying to give you stuff. They give you just enough to where you need them. Now, maybe you wing it and just go out there with that half-cocked information, you can pull it off. But they ain't getting you the full deal. Some stuff you're going to be figuring out on your own. But they leaving stuff out. Some stuff just going to be... But you figure somebody that's on there every day, all day, 2-3 times a day, hours at a time, you would think there's nothing that they going to leave out. You would think. Unless they want to leave it out. That's what I'm saying. How they leave the information out unless it's intentionally being left out. They're making sure that they don't tell you certain little details. They tell you enough to make it sound reasonable, sound simple. All you gotta do is this, and I'm sure that this will work, but then maybe I'm wrong, because I haven't done it. Just put out your bandit signs, let them call you, deal with it, and then market after that. But, what if you don't find it within the required amount of time? Say, it's not money. Those deals will be easy to sell because it's money to be made. It's no problem. It should be no problem to find that, to get that cash buyer for that, the way I'm understanding it. But, Murphy Law, the way things are going now, with the business that I got going now, the way things going sideways, and it's a learning curve, and I'm kind of willing and prepared to deal with that, though, and just think, that's that. It's still money. It's still a cost. That ain't $150,000 or $200,000 or whatever that house would cost, or worst case scenario and worst case scenario. At least I was with the vehicle. At the end of the day, I think I would just be messing over myself. With the other thing, by wanting to help people, as the premise of it all, to help people, and they need help, right? They're motivated. But if you can't get it right, you're really doing them a great disservice. You're messing over. So that's what I'm saying. Like, not only, that don't just affect me, that affect them and who else that I don't even know about. So if I was gonna take a chance, which I am, and gamble on me, which I am, and be gambling on me in this way, it's something that I have. Once them people take their car and drive it off, I have no control over what they do, but I have more control over, overall, and it's just easy to understand. I think the same thing going to be with the Airbnb. Fortunately, I have a house with extra rooms, extra room right now specifically. That's what matters. Fortunately, I have that. Everybody not in that position, and someone else would have to figure out something else. But fortunately for me, damn, my head itching. Fortunately, I need a haircut. Fortunately for me, I have that. Now I'm going to use what I have to my advantage. As I said before, but I've been putting that on hold, dealing with the Toro. I'm going to get in the bed together. I got to get a mattress, but I want to get the bed fully together so I can make sure it's a queen bed and not a full. I'm pretty sure it's a queen bed and not a full bed, but I ain't positive, so I need to measure it. There's measurements on the mattresses to make sure I get the right one. Or maybe, the queen could fit on the full could fit on the queen. I don't know. Maybe they're the same thing. I don't know. But I'm going to get that together. Like I said, that's at my disposal. The room's just sitting there. Kind of like the car's just sitting there. Like this truck just be sitting there. The car just sitting there. But the room is truly just sitting there. Although it's going to take a whole lot more involvement. Someone living amongst me, however temporary it is, somebody's going to be living with me, amongst me. So there is that. Right? And whatever that's going to entail. So, fortunately, I'm doing, I'm looking into short-term rentals and not just a boarder, someone that just live there straight up for whatever a month. Which would be helpful to someone. I need to give more, but not give, like free. Like give more, help people, help, not hand out. Have something available for them, something nice and clean, and I don't know words I can't think of right now. That would have them, that's straight. People need that. That's what's up. In the housing market, the way it's going now, things is real complicated. I was ready to move. I'm staying put. And I wonder how that's really affecting people, wholesalers flipping houses. It has to be having some kind of effect on it. Ain't no way it ain't slowing it down. People overbidding on houses and things, it's got to be having a nice little effect on it. It's hard for me to believe that it's not. So, with that said, I'm sure that's putting a choke on a lot of wholesalers, and they ain't gonna say nothing about it, because most of them definitely have multiple streams of income. They writing books, courses, YouTube, selling videos, like there's a lot of things that they're doing that don't have nothing to do with flipping houses. That ain't knocking it. That's what you're supposed to do, but they can maintain, and they ain't necessarily. They should be honest. They're not necessarily gonna tell you the real deal, because they're selling you on the premise that the idea that you can do what they're doing even though it's slowing down. Even then they tell you everything. that mean don't get in it? I ain't saying that. Cause I don't know. I'm in it, but I'm not in it. I ain't that involved in it. I'm getting in it. I'm in it. I have a business name. That's the goal. I wish I was in it. Then you hear the So I'm gonna end this. It's getting a little long, and maybe I'm getting a little ranty. I'm gonna end this right now. I know I gotta double up. I was supposed to put a video on yesterday, and I'm pretty sure I didn't. So I'll catch up on that, and I'm gonna do my best to keep my word of a video every day. Now it might be a 5-minute video. It'll be a video every day. Maybe you might not like it, but it's gonna be a video every day. I'm gonna do my best. So if I don't make my mark, maybe that'll be 4 videos a week. If I slip, time will tell. Morning. That's it for now. That's all. I'm out.